Hey guys, this is just a sort of update thing because a lot of people have been telling me I should get a YouTube account, and so here it is. And now I'm going to tell you guys, keep you guys updated on what I've been doing, making things. I make stuff all the time, and so people are like, well, how did you make that? And so finally, I'm making a video to show, making videos to show how I'm doing these things. So here it is. One of the phases that I've been getting into a lot recently is steampunk things, and so I'm having a lot of fun with that. One of the things I've been making, or just made, steampunk goggles, because you can't start on steampunk without the goggles. So I should first start there. So these are the ones I made. Take a look at those. They were quite simple to make, and I'm really happy with the way they turned out. What happened is that when I really wanted to make them, I had to start off with some material to base everything else off of. That happens with a lot of things that you end up making. First thing I started off with these. I had some old binoculars, and they had these rims on them. And so the rims, I like the diameter of the rims for the goggles, so I was like, I'm just gonna keep these and match everything else I have off of this diameter. So I found a can that matched that, and it was just an old bug spray can. And what it is that I found that, and I got some pieces of cardboard to make a little prototype off of it, and I've got the right curve of the face, which is how I got this. And then I took, you can't really cut through cans, unless, not with this kind of a can at least. So what I had to do is that I took a metal pipe, stuck it onto my work table, and then I put the can over it, and took a chisel and hammered it into it, and went around, so that I cut it into this shape. That's how I got the curve, so it's even, instead of like with a hacksaw that would just be straight lines. It's really hard to make curves with hacksaws. And then once I had the that part done, I went to Dollar Tree, and I was like, I need to get some lenses. So I got some as flat lenses as I could, and that I knew would be big enough to at least keep this. Because they're cheap sunglasses, I just could cut through the lens and make it round, and make it the right diameter for this cylinder. And so it's simple, they pop right out, except for the fact that the rims hold them in, and I could just cut them into the right shape, and then pop them in there, and then hold it in with the rim. The bridge, the next part, the bridge, I got that off of an old clockwork piece, like just a piece of junk metal, and then anywhere I attached it, I just drill through the can to make screw holes for this, and then I just put random things onto the screws to make it look more clockworky. And then same with the strap. I found this leather strap in my workshop as well. I got a lot of junk in my workshop, and I just took that, and I didn't do anything with this side because I already had this guy taking up a lot of focal point there. So what I did is that I took where this connected, put this copper tubing and the wire off the leather, so it's just loose there hanging, but it makes it look cool. So yeah, that's the goggles right there. The next part of my steampunk thing, obviously, is this guy. I plan to make a whole mechanical arm coming off this, but first I had to make the leather straps to keep everything together, so that it doesn't just hang by a little brace, like armlet up here. So what I did is that I had this large strap already from an old, it was from a, it was either a bag or a golf club holder, like, you know, those things that the wheels. Anyway, I took that, and I had some old boots that I got from Goodwill that were like $3, and so I was like, you know what, why not? If not, I can scrap it. So what I did is that they turned out to be crappy boots, and they fell apart as soon as I got them. except for the leather, which was thankfully real leather. And so what I did is that I took the boot leather. Move this camera a bit. I took the boot leather, and that's 3 parts here. And so it was quite simple. You have to do a lot of tailoring. If you're not good at tailoring, it takes a lot of patience and a lot of like moving things a centimeter longer or shorter than they already are, and it's kind of tedious, but it's really fun and rewarding. What's fun about steampunk stuff is that if you mess up or break something, or if something gets cut too short or too long, you can make it look like it was on purpose. Because this guy right here, this was just, it stopped right here originally, just the leather piece, because it came up the boot and just stopped there, and then the cloth came in. But I had this guy, this extra piece of leather, and I just knit it together with string, and so it made it look like it was intentional. And then here I just drilled with this guy. It's just one of those push activated flashlights that they put underneath like cabinets and stuff like that, so you can see, and cupboards and things. And so I took that and I just took the back part of it, which is what holds on to everything, drilled a hole through that, screw, comes out the other side here. And the thing with this is that it's too big to fit with this part on top of it, so I had to drill a hole the back of this so that I would have space for it. That was simple enough. Hard, if you drill through, you drill straight into the flashlight, so I had to make sure I didn't do that. And then I just painted this rim black, and it makes it look like that, like it's supposed to be. And so another strap across this to make it that kind of web leather look, and then another arm strap to hold it in here. And yeah, the fun thing with sewing string through leather is you don't have a needle to sew this kind of string together. So what I had to do is that I had to take a drill and drill through the leather, because leathers can be pretty tough, so you have to drill. You have to be really careful, because you can break the bit really easily. Found that out the hard way. And you drill through the leather, and then what I did is that to hold it in place, I simply stuck a nail through it where the hole was. So I stuck it through the hole and the leather, stuck it through both straps, and then when I was done, you don't have a needle for string like this, for thick string. So, fun, easy way to make a string needle is that you take a lighter, and you melt it. The thing with melted nylon is that as soon as you melt it and harden it, like, it hardens, because it's just plastic. And so when you do that, it gets it to a nice sharp point, and voila, you have your own little needle. And so I just took that and stabbed it through and just sewed it through. And when you're done with it, you just snip it off and then just burn the end so it doesn't fray. It's easy. That only works with nylon and polyester strings. Obviously, if you have cotton or some sort of twine string, it'll just turn to ash and you won't have anything to work with. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've made so far. So I'm going to work on building the mechanical arm part. That's going to be out of a one of those Pixar lamps, the bendable kind. I found one of those that was broken in my house, and I was like, hey, I'm just going to take this. So I'm going to take that and strip off the white paint, make it look all bronze and metal-y, and so take that, and I'll get back to you when that's finished. So yeah, I should be done soon. Alright.